Alright guys, I can't do as long as a video on here, but I figured I'd do a little update on the Navigator 2. Since this one still gets driven a lot. Switched phones because I'm uploading that video on my S5 and I don't want it to go dead fast, so we're just gonna use a different phone here and do this video. Well, this thing is currently at 202,000. Closer to 203, I think. It's getting there. It's been getting driven a lot lately. Still doing pretty good. Heck, I've even been driving this thing quite a bit too, but not for the last, I don't know, few weeks. But I has been driving this a lot. This truck's at the shop because it's making a pretty bad noise, and it seems to be getting a little worse. He thinks it could be his rear end, but we don't think it is. But doing just as good as ever. Still the same. Still haven't got that replaced. Still haven't got a. I don't know if we're ever going to, but I know the rust is definitely getting to that driver's side rocker panel pretty bad. It's getting pretty bad. But I hope we get that thing fixed because this is a nice vehicle still, even though it's $500. But man, it'd be worth it on this because it rides so nice and it runs really good. It really does. It's been a little bit since I washed it. It needs another clean. Oh, yeah. It has got some tools stuff in the back, so we leave it locked. Don't mind the dirt. This thing's been getting used every day for driving and stuff. Dash is getting dusty again. This camera doesn't do as good as the other one, but it's also getting dark too. But yeah, the rust is getting to her. Even back here. But you know what? It's an 04. It's made to be driven in the snow. Vehicles are not made to be perfect. It's a $500 winter beater, so what the heck do you expect? This thing's been through a lot of hell anyways before me and my dad even bought it back. Heck, even after my mom stopped driving it, this thing's been through a lot. It hasn't been taken care of. Coolant has never been taken care of. That's why I popped those freeze plugs out, because it hasn't had coolant in it for the longest time. And yeah, this thing was beat really hard by the last owners that had this. And I made some videos on this thing when the last owners had it. They beat the you know what out of it. Worse than everybody else did that drove it. So, yeah. This thing could not be running right now. And the transmission, I don't want to say too much, but that could have been toast too when we got it going. But no, that's why you get a Ford product, because this thing still ran, and it ran great, even getting beat on all the time. And that's why you buy a Ford product, because they will take that abuse very well. Yeah, it's not very good lighting back here, but I'm not going to turn the light on because you guys will start seeing lights here in a little bit. Probably not the greatest update, but yeah, it's a little dirty here too. But like I said, this thing's been getting used every day, so. Yeah, and this wiper is finally starting to take a crap. And so it's going to need some new wipers, but that one's not broken yet. My dad says that this is actually a newer one than that one over there, so that tells you it's been cheapened out. But I'm very surprised. I mean, these wipers have been on there for almost 3 years. This thing's been on like 2 road trips to North Carolina and Virginia. I mean, it's, you know, all the dirt. This thing's got a lot of dirt and dust and, you know, whatever, bugs. It's even been wiped on a dry windshield. So yeah, these wipers have done really good. Well, but it's time for a set of new ones. I mean, these are the Trico ones, so they're really good. We might save this one, we might not, but It's probably not going to take long till it goes either. But yeah, let's pop that hood. Yeah. There's that 5.4. The camera makes it look a lot darker. But there's the vacuum line that got repaired. You can't see it. But I don't want to turn the light on because I don't want to have to do 2 separate videos. But let's start it up with the hood open. And the lights have been coming on with this door lately, so I haven't had no problem with that. Yeah, this thing still has the musty smell, but that'll never come out of this thing. It's always had a musty smell, even since 2017. Still kind of warmed up a tiny bit. Yeah, it's getting closer to 203. 202,754. Make sure that's straight. No, it's not. Yeah, and the parking sensors still have their moments too. Now look how bright the lights get when you start it. This thing did have awesome lights in it. But they're not LEDs, but you know, who cares? Oh, she's running great. AC is still ice cold. AC is still real good in this. I really love the light on the analog clock. You know, I might do an update on the town car maybe. Okay, yep, the keys are in here. Yeah, that's nice. That is nice air. Let's turn that off. Let's go show the engine. Yeah, the coolant is about where my finger is. So it's pretty low. It's running great. A little squeak in its belt. Alright, let's turn the hazards on. Let's do fog lights too. Your lights still work. These lights are nice and bright. Still got the miscolored ones, but it kind of looks cool that way. Fog lights are so bright though, man. That one good thing about this thing, it's got super nice lights on it. Listen to that engine. Sounds brand new. Well, yeah, it doesn't sound like brand new, but it runs real good. Now, I will say one thing about the older Lincolns, man. They had killer lights on them. All stock lights were killers. Exhaust still sounds real good. I still love this thing a lot. I'm just so glad we have it again. Awesome. Gotta love your Navigators. Oh yeah, look at the lights dimming. Typical Lincolns. All Lincolns do that. The Mark 8 even does that. The town car really does, even with the LEDs in it. Oh well. Fog lights off. I love this thing, man. This thing's such comfortable. And it always idles at like 500 RPM. That's always what it's idled at. Fuel mileage. Oh, good lord. 12.2 right now. I mean, there's quite a bit of that on the highway, but most of that's like city driving, town driving. Horn does work on this still, though. Man, this thing's got nice lights in it. I really like the gear shifter. Still got the burned out neutral light. It sometimes worked, but not no more. Alright, well, I think that'll be it of the Navigator. I'm going to do one more car because it's getting dark and that's the best time to film. So, here, let's shut her down. Get the keys for the silver Lincoln. 3 Lincolns in one night, man. That's pretty cool. Well, everybody, hope you enjoyed the update video on the Navigator. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll start uploading this one in a bit because my one for the Mark 8's a lot longer. And this one will upload first. So, yeah. So, take it easy, guys. Okay.